Ladies and gentlemen, what it is, what it ain't. This your boy LBEZ once again back at it, and today we at it with the real reactions. So, today we're doing Court Cam top 5 biggest courtroom mistakes. If you haven't done so already, like, comment, and subscribe, and also feel free to follow me on social media. Right there. Now, I won't lie to you, I'm mainly on IG, but you can follow me on everything if you want. If you like what we're doing over here and you want to support the channel, you can also do so. You see the Cashapp right there? Boom, right there. And we own it. Somebody walking past my door. Mute that. All right, so let's get on to it. Let's see if we can get a good laugh out of this today.
This is the Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center in Miami, Florida.
Home team.
And this is Eduardo Arama. Arama's supposed to be locked up inside said facility, but he's not, and that's a problem. The inmate did not escape. Instead, a paperwork error triggered his early release into the public on what just happened to be his 52nd birthday. It was a nice present, considering Arama still had just under a year to serve, linked to criminal mischief, probation violation, and shooting or throwing a deadly missile into a dwelling or vehicle. Yes, throwing a missile into a dwelling or vehicle.
Well, let's be real. Being how can I say this? There was a situation when I was younger that I was almost charged with the launch of a deadly missile, and I literally spit a spitball. So if you what I learned, I think I was like 10 or 11 or something like that. If you spit a spitball and it hits someone, let's say in the eye, you can be charged with launch of a deadly missile. So I need to know exactly what this deadly missile is before that. But criminal mischief, probation violation, he from home team, you know, so quite sure he did something, but let's see.
After realizing the mistake, authorities issued warnings to the public, including this wanted flyer. Based on Arama's criminal record, his accidental release was a serious situation. For nearly 3 days, there was no sign of Arama until he resurfaced in an unlikely place. On a Zoom call with the Miami-Dade Circuit Court. That's Arama, who, despite being aware that he's currently a wanted man, looks pretty relaxed from an undisclosed location with a friendly little pooch on his lap. Due to the COVID-19...
My dog chilling with a dog on the lap. At first, I was thinking that he didn't know he was wanted, because they said he was released, like it was a paperwork error, so they let him out. So I'm thinking that he just, walking around the city thinking everything Gucci. But no, he knew he was wanted, and he's on a Zoom call chilling with a puppy on his lap. Bruh, wildin'.
Pandemic, the Broward County Court set up an easily accessible portal for remote hearings. Prior to his release, Arama had a hearing scheduled for today that he should be joining from inside the correctional facility. But instead, it looks like he's on the patio. Despite being wanted by police, he shows up for his hearing and...
Bro, hey, he didn't want to mess up his probation or whatever. He thought, bro, why would you? All right, you chill on the porch just vibing in the city. Why are you supposed to be locked up?
Is even a little early. At the time, the only other person on the video call is his attorney, Assistant Public Defender Fadia Salem. But after a brief conversation discussing his situation with her, he hangs up before the actual hearing begins.
Mr. Arama is a sentenced inmate. He is sentenced to state prison. He was released in error.
As you know, Mr. Arama was present. His video was working. Then he turned it off.
Ms. Salem, have you spoken with him about surrendering?
Judge, I have spoken to him. This is his only request. He has only but a few possessions left to his name and a dog. And he's merely asking for the court to give him a date to surrender so that he can find somebody to take those possessions.
Despite the fact that Arama is supposed to be in jail, Salem continues to make the case for a little more free time for her client.
Your Honor, he's not a flight risk. You know, answers the authorities' calls, appears in court on Zoom.
Yes, she has a point. He didn't go nowhere. You let him out. You got to be accountable for that. You have to take accountability, judge, because somebody in the system said, "Oh yeah, he's good to go." And I'm a dog guy. He said, "Hey, I just need to make sure my dog sleep right here on the floor. If I had to go down, I need to make sure somebody take care of him. Don't worry, this is just green tea. I'm just talking like I'm sipping Hennessy. I don't know why, but." He was on the call. He was even early. He was there before the judge. Man, give my dog a couple more days.
He's not at risk for a flight. We're merely asking for a day so that he can get his possessions to somebody to take care of.
But Judge Marlene Fernandez-Caravezos seems to think Arama's dog-sitting vacation has lasted long enough.
He's had that day, Miss Salem. He was released on Monday. It's now Thursday. He surrendered today.
Eduardo Arama was taken back into custody the following day without incident. The Miami-Dade Department of Corrections issued a statement saying, quote, "Our review of the circumstances surrounding this inmate release is ongoing to include a full internal investigation." Now to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where Judge John Hurley is conducting remote bond hearings with inmates held at the Broward County Jail. 25-year-old Brian Noval believes he's only been charged with battery, but the record reads differently.
You were charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence battery. You're going to be held no bond, sir, until further order of the court. Thank you.
The realization that he's going back to jail starts to sink in for Noval.
He thought he was going to come, do his little hearing, get a quick little bond, be able to get up out of there. Now he realizing, wait, hold up, these more charges. And that's what would happen. I have never been convicted of any kind of crime. Knock on wood. Gotta do that. Now, but what I do know is you may get arrested for one thing, but by the time your paperwork make it, you have a list of things. And a lot of times they use that to help that you plead out so that they can still get the conviction rate up, still charge you some fees and all that great stuff. But it's not uncommon for you to get arrested for one thing and then they add 5-6 more things on there. And if you have any comments, anybody have any experience with that, please comment below.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding you. That's the truth. You're not going anywhere. That's the truth. All right, thanks. All right, Suzanne
My
Wall.
charge was battery.
Oh, wow, I know, man. But that's the way life is. What did he say? Whoa. Hey, bring that guy back. So what did you just say when you walked away?
I called you a because you're...
Woo.
He said, I called you a... Now, that's dumb to do because the judge talking about if you're going to have a pissing contest at this moment, that's not the person to do it with. Definitely not. He can fuck your life up. But
Did you?
I commend him for sticking to his words, though. Hey, don't back down. Keep that same energy when you go to lockdown, bro, because you look like you about 5'4", 120. Keep that same energy.
I had yesterday.
Okay, hold on a second,
I had
sir.
a battery charge.
Sir, this court is inclined to hold you in contempt of court, and I want to know from you, give me a reason why I should not hold you in contempt of court.
I don't see a reason why you shouldn't be, because there's nothing that should be here.
Okay, sir, I find you in contempt of court for using that type of language with the court you just used. I'm going to ask you if you have anything to say before I pass sentence.
I apologize, I was out of line. I'm just upset because this is not what I was charged with yesterday.
Okay,
I
sir.
was charged with a battery.
I accept your apology, and I will sentence you to 60 days in the Broward County Jail. Thank you.
After getting hit with 2 months in jail, it appears the foul-mouthed defendant may have finally learned his lesson. Or...
Can I take the back in?
Hey, this South Florida for you, boy. This South Florida for you. Dog looks at, oh, I'm still gonna get 60 days? Alright, well, cool. Fuck it.
maybe not.
All right, sir, hold it. Come on back. Come on back, sir.
When he get in county, everybody in there gonna be like, boy, you wildin', bro. You wildin'.
Sir, I'm inclined to hold you in contempt of court again. I'm going to send you to another 60 days to run consecutive to the prior 60 days. So now you're up to 120 days in the Broward County Jail. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Nah.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. You're done.
You gotta learn how to shut up, bro.
I didn't even know you can do that.
Yes, he can, and yes, he did.
All right, thank you.
He was actually released 4 days later by the judge.
Hold up. So he did all that just to give him 4 days. Hey, overcrowding can get you out of that thing. But you're not going to win the pissing contest against the judge. I'm sorry. Aw.
Now we move on to the Lake County Common Pleas Court in Painesville, Ohio. 32-year-old Manson M. Bryant is in court.
Don't mind me. I had to put my lotion on. You know, I realized I may have some ash spots, and I know I don't need y'all talking about me in the comment section.
To receive a sentence for aggravated burglary, aggravated robbery, kidnapping, abduction, and carrying a concealed weapon, all stemming from a violent home invasion he committed with 2 others.
All rise. This court of common pleas is now in session. The Honorable Eugene Lucci presiding. May proceed.
The judge handing down the sentence is the Honorable Eugene Lucci, whom Bryant has appeared before 3 previous times for different crimes. In the past, Bryant has had words with the judge during sentencing.
You don't want to go in front of the same judge multiple times. Once again, I have never been convicted of any crimes. But from people I know that have, you definitely don't want to go in front of the same judge multiple times. Maybe get away with the second time, but about a third or fourth time,
This time around, Manson expressed remorse to the judge, saying, quote, "I've made a lifetime of bad decisions. I am truly sorry. I respect you, and I respect your decision. That decision is about to come down."
Court determines that his conduct and his criminal history shows that consecutive terms are needed to protect the public from future crime.
At this point, it's safe to assume that Bryant will be spending some time in prison, but just how much remains to be seen.
Court sentences you to prison on count 1, aggravated burglary, felony 1, for 8 years, and 3 years on the firearm specification. Court sentences you on count 3, aggravated robbery, for 8 years, plus 3 years on the specification, for a total of 22 years with credit for 231 days.
You could have left the credit out, bruh. That's not even a full year. You gave bruh 22 years, and you want to say we're going to give you 200 and something days credit. Bruh. All right, so if you don't know, this is not in Florida. I don't think this was in Florida. And he's lucky because Florida's 10-20 life. If you do a crime and you have a firearm, it's 10 years automatically. If the firearm goes off, that's 20 years automatically. If that bullet hit anybody, that's life automatically. So he got 3 years for the firearms on both of them, which he ran consecutive instead of concurrent. Concurrent, they'll run side by side. So if he had 8 and 3, and then the other charge was 8 and 3, he'll just run the 8, and that'll cover the 3 as well. But running consecutive, you got to finish one sentence for the next sentence. 22 years, bro. See that face? He calculating that right now. That face. Hold on. Watch his face. Watch his face.
Days.
Right there.
Remember?
Bruh saw his whole life disappear. Just think about, no matter how old you are now, how many things have you done in the last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? So that's what's going to pass him by. And imagine where we're at right now in society and where we're going to be in 22 years. Now, mind you, you can do parole. I don't know what state this is, so but in 22 years, hell, back in 04, I remember the first iPod came out, that big, thick, white brick. And now, nobody uses the iPod no more. Our phones have everything on it. We used to walk around with digital cameras all the time back in 08, 09. Now, our phones do everything. Hell, I'm recording this on one of my phones. So, yeah.
That you had a certain amount of remorse. I was mistaken. The court determined maximum imprisonment needed.
Calm down, bro.
You can see two people in the gallery trying to calm Bryant down.
Get out of here. Hey, take him out, please. Hey, take him out, please. I love you, bro. I love you, man. Don't worry. I love you, Jack.
So it's 28 years with credit for 231 days.
Whoa. All right. So he first gave him 22 years. Then when he had the outburst, he threw another 6 years on top for the maximum for 28 years. His brother was in the back trying to say, hey, take him out, calm down. You're not going to calm him down. So that's why he was just like, take him out. Somebody tell you you're finna be locked down. You finna sit down for 22 years, bro. Ain't no calming down in that situation. And he did that to try to prevent this, but too late. Judge went from 22 to 28 years, bro. Almost 30 years, bro.
Right, you can take him.
Bryant's outburst leads the judge to impose the maximum sentence allowed for his conviction. He'll now spend 28 years behind bars. Bryant plans to appeal the decision.
The defendant has shown me that he has no remorse whatsoever, and therefore the court determines that maximum imprisonment is needed. He poses the greatest likelihood of recidivism.
We're going to stop it right there.
Drinking water before bed burns 46 pounds in 2 weeks.
We're going to stop it right there. Let me know how you like this, what you like, what you thought, your thoughts. Comment below, like, comment, and subscribe, just so I can know which videos you like and what reactions you like. If you have something that you want me to react to, let me know. I'll jump onto it. Until next time, I'll holla at you.